Oh, this is going to be fun. I'm John Rentham with my 20 least favorite wrestlers of 2020 countdown with some honorable mentions, of course. Now, these are just my opinions. However you guys feel about them, I'm not saying you can't like them. You can't like any of these men, any of these women, but these are ones that just don't appeal to me for a variety of reasons. And I'm also going to have my 25 favorite wrestlers of the year list up at some point, and then 20 wrestlers to look out for in 2021. Really looking forward to those. But I wanted to rant about them as we get closer to the end of the year. So, honorable mentions quickly. The Dark Order, not bad workers. Really, none of them are actually bad workers. I just don't like the gimmick. I find it very annoying and very just blah. I want to switch a channel every time I see the Dark Order. But again, they aren't bad workers. I just don't care for the gimmick. And then Yujiro Takahashi, who's just really boring. His matches are pretty much the same. Same with Evil. This turn for him to be one of the leaders of Bullet Club has not fucking worked at all. Jay White, his character works fine. His matches are really not that good. He's had maybe a couple this year that I've kind of enjoyed. And then we get to Moose, who had one of the worst matches of the year at Slammiversary against Tommy Dreamer. Fucking hell, that was really goddamn bad. And also Moose isn't very good. Now, let's start the countdown proper. Bad Luck Fale at number 20. A lot of it has to do with just, physical deterioration. His knees are shot and he really can't do anything. And him teaming with Chase Owens, don't worry, I'll get to him. Has really just highlighted that Bad Luck Fale, even in tag matches, is not very good. He can't really do anything. He can do a few splashes in the corner. He can hit the grenade. I don't even know if he can do the Bad Luck Fall anymore. I don't even know if he can do that. He is totally fucking shot. I know he lost some weight for a recent G1, and credit to him. I just don't find Bad Luck Fale interesting. Number 19, Ivelisse. Ivelisse has done fuck and all since leaving Lucha Underground, except slog at an AEW. Like, none of her matches have been all that good. Yes, the Thunder Rosa match you can point to, but Ivelisse, for being in wrestling for so goddamn long, is just really, really shit. Like, in between the ropes. As a person, I mean, she did tweet out some things that were pretty fucking stupid, but we're just focusing on the in-ring career. She's really not very good. And Diamante is carrying her in that team, and Diamante is kind of average unless she works with another person, or another person is better than her, more experienced. But yeah, that's why Ivelisse is here. And then we get to number 18, Chase Owens. Pretty much copy and paste what I said about Bad Luck Fale, except Chase Owens is apparently a younger guy that's in shape, but is not very good. He's not very interesting. Any flashy stuff that he can do, he does it here and there. He had a good match with Juice Robinson last year, but it just overall, Chase is really boring. Like, I feel he's like the human version of NyQuil. I just feel like going to sleep whenever I see Chase Owens on TV. He's just not very good. And him and Bad Luck Fale make a team that really just, I don't need to worry about dealing with insomnia. I just watch a match with them and I just fucking fall asleep. So anyway, we get to number 17, Baron Corbin. Look, Baron Corbin's a safe worker. Apparently, a lot of people think that he is, very good to work with. He doesn't injure people, and that's credit. He is very safe and takes care of his opponents. It's what you're supposed to do in a goddamn ring, unlike somebody else I'm going to talk about later in this countdown. But that being said, Baron Corbin has been bland and boring for a number of years. This King gimmick has not helped. When he was Constable Corbin, it was even worse. But this King gimmick is fucking ridiculous, and he just doesn't, he doesn't strike me as an interesting personality. He just doesn't. And I don't know what, when I want to hit mute or change the channel when somebody appears, then that just means I at the very least find them boring or I find them annoying. And don't worry, I'm going to get to others I really don't like a little bit later. But yeah, Baron Corbin just bores me. Now we get to number 16, Proud Boy Braun Strowman. Yep, I'm going to include that nickname there until Braun apologizes for being a goddamn idiot. Now apparently, some people take issue with that. That's fine. I'm going to stand by what I said. But Braun, his stock dropped dramatically. From 2017, 2018, after that, it's been a steep decline. And really, this year has been his Universal title run was bad. That feud with Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, was really bad. And he's just not very good. He can hit some power stuff, but it's the same shit over and over and over. And Braun Strowman just isn't very fucking interesting. He's just not. I can't defend the guy anymore. You can have different views, you can have whatever, but it's just as far as his in-ring work has taken such a goddamn dive. That could be due to masks. Maybe he can't keep up that pace anymore. That's very possible. But Braun just isn't very good. We then get to number 15, Riddle. Let me just say right now, as far as wrestling ability, Riddle was in one of my favorite matches of the year with Timothy Thatcher, the Fight Pit. But here's why Riddle's on here. He's basically a less charismatic version of RVD. And imagine how much, how high you have to be, how many times you had to have been bludgeoned in the head, or how stupid you have to be to be less charismatic than RVD, at least RVD right now. Riddle is just, he's too much of a dude, bro. Yes, I get it. Riddle was doing the bro thing, and some people like it. Riddle at this point is basically the human version of NyQuil as well. He just doesn't interest me, and his promos bore me. And yes, his in-ring work, he had a recent match against Sheamus, which actually wasn't all that bad. Or was, a few weeks ago, depending on when you watch this. But Riddle, yeah, I get very bored and very annoyed. I don't understand the slow-mo thing that they do with his goddamn flip-flops. But yeah, his character is not evolved at all. He's basically the same fucking character he was when he debuted in NXT, and it's like, you stick with what's working, or you can try to make people interesting. And I'm not sure you really can make Riddle interesting. And then there's the whole stuff. The stuff that looks like it might turn out to be true about him that is part of the reason why I put him on here, but just focusing on in-ring ability and his character. He's going on here because outside of what he can do, with the MMA background, stuff like that, he's very boring as a character. We then get to number 14, Sami Callihan. Sami Callihan is one of the worst wrestlers that I've seen on a mainstream wrestling broadcast. Can't fucking do anything. He's fucking rotten. Sure, he's a hacker. He's all kinds of craziness and everything, and he's doing all this stuff, and he's a garbage wrestler. All he can fucking do is garbage wrestling. He can't fucking work at all. And I don't like Sami Callihan. You might think he'd be ranked higher, but no. Other dumb fucks are a bit higher than him. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about Sami Callihan. Velveteen Dream. Why the fuck else would I be putting Velveteen Dream on here? Look, let's just say any of those allegations, just put them aside. Say they weren't true. Put them aside. Okay? I'm not going to put that, when it comes to this list because of a lot of evidence that has come out. But if we put that to the side, his work has been dog shit for a year and a half. It has been really fucking bad. In 2020 alone, it has been really fucking bad. That Adam Cole match at In Your House was really fucking shit. And he has just fucking, just died character-wise. His character is fucking flatline, graveyard, that he can't do anything, to spark up my interest anymore. Watching him makes me feel gross, for obvious reasons. But he also just can't do anything anymore. It just seems like he's coasting through matches. And not like British Bulldog coasting, or Sonata coasting, or other coasting. Or even when Okada Coast-Kata, if you will. But Velveteen just seems like he literally wants to be anywhere else. And I don't know if that's the way the character's supposed to come across, but it's come across like that for over a year. Before any of this shit came out. For over a year. And the fact that he is still this fucking bad, and this fucking bland in the ring, just send the fucker home. Just send the fucker home, pay him until his contract's done. Because if he ain't gonna put in the effort and he ain't gonna actually try, then he shouldn't fucking be there. Now let's get to number 12, the Great Okan, the most recent entry on this list, because the character just debuted about, a month and a half ago, something like that? Look, Oka, young lion, he's come back with a new gimmick, and he's got, way to, pay tribute, or pay tribute basically to Kitamura. I mean, at least as far as his in-ring career, because Kitamura probably can't wrestle anymore with the mouthpiece. He's got all this new look and everything, and he cannot fucking do anything. He is blank. Jeff Cobb is probably herniating every disc in his back and his neck having to carry this guy. I legit hate this character. I hate the guy. I don't think it's his fault that this character isn't working, but apparently this was something he was doing before he came back to New Japan when he was on excursion, and great, let's try new characters. This is so fucking cartoonish, this is like as bad as Lord Tensai. Seriously, this is as bad as Lord Tensai. Maybe he will get better. Maybe he won't be on this list next year, provided I'm doing lists like this next year. We'll see. Because it may be pretty obvious who my least favorite wrestlers are, even though you probably can guess when you first clicked on this video. But Great Okan just isn't, he's not interesting, he's not good, he's just not, I can't fucking stand the guy. Now let's go to number 11, Nia Anti-Vax. Yeah, she fucking deserves a bit of ridicule for that. But also, she's not very good, she doesn't protect her opponents. And Shayna Baszler has really had to, try hard to, carry this team. And yeah, Nia's just not good. I've ranted about Nia plenty of times. Nia's just not very good. Number 10, Orange Cassidy. Look, said what I said about Orange Cassidy. I'm not going to chew my food twice or repeat my words or all this stuff, but we've seen everything we can with the gimmick. The people that like him are going to like him. The people that don't are not going to like him. I just don't. I don't find the gimmick interesting. I'm not saying he can't work, but I don't buy into it. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's interesting. And that's why Orange Cassidy is number 10 on this list. I legit I almost just want to tune out Dynamite whenever I see Orange Cassidy, because I've seen it all. It's the same shit over and over and over. Every wrestler has a routine. It literally got old after 2 weeks. Now, people still reacted to it, and there are people that may like him that are watching this video, and that's great. I don't. And that's the end of it. Number 9, Michael Nakazawa. He uses baby oil, and it's the same comedy, it's the same old bullshit. Michael Nakazawa is a goddamn idiot in the ring. It's fucking dog shit. Now, number 8, Joey Janela. Joey Janela can't work for shit. Joey Janela is so fucking rotten in the ring. Just what the fuck? How did Jungle Boy get anything out of training with this idiot? What the actual shit? Sonny Kiss, who is a great athlete, maybe not the best in the goddamn ring, I mean, maybe not by far in AEW, but has potential, is having to carry Joey Janela, because Joey Janela can't do anything, because he's always screwing up shit. He can't walk the goddamn ropes. I've seen him wrestle at indie shows. He can't fucking do anything. He's so fucking bad. Why is he employed by AEW? I don't want him to not be employed, not be able to earn a living at all, but why is Joey Janela here? Fuck, what has he done in AEW that's been any good? Besides give Sonny Kiss more TV time. That's really about it. And hopefully Sonny Kiss can benefit from having a singles run at some point. Well, he's having to carry this team because Joey just can't do fuck. Or he can't do fucking all. Can't fucking do anything. Losing my words. Moving on. Carmella. Okay. I'm going to choose my words carefully here, but she looks like an unfinished real doll. She literally looks like she is, like, it's like some chip in her brain malfunctioned. And she now has this permanent expression like it's if the Emelina gimmick had never gotten finished. And if the Emelina gimmick was like, hey, we're going to program this into somebody and have them do it in the worst way possible. And that's what Carmella's doing. Carmella can't throw a goddamn super kick to save her life. She can't do anything. Her outfit looks like it's made out of fucking fruit roll-ups. And that's not even her fault. I'm sure if the gear choice was her choice, then she's a fucking idiot for doing it. But let's just focus on the in-ring work. What matches she had in 2020 has been any goddamn good? What matches she had in the last few years that's been any goddamn good? They keep investing in her. They keep investing so much time in her. They did all these vignettes, all this shit. What fucking good did it do? What fucking good did it do? She's the same goddamn woman. They can't do anything. She can't. And now, she's, they're trying to, launch her into, main event programs. I was like, for what? Her fucking championship run before was a flop. She's been a flop in 2020. I'm glad she outlasted Cass and Enzo because she doesn't seem like that bad of a person, unlike those two idiots. But goddamn, as a wrestler, just use her as a fucking manager. Good God. Lana showed more promise in the ring than Carmella. How sad is that? I'm not even a big fan of Lana. You may notice Lana's not on this list. Because I dumped on the character enough, but whatever. Carmella can't fucking work at all. Number 6, Jake Hager. Jake Hager is bland and boring. He's as bland as, white paper, even though this is line paper. That's unfair, actually. Line paper has use. Hager doesn't. He's there, he just looks naturally confused and unnaturally confused. He just looks like he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Probably because somebody mentioned climate change and his fucking head exploded. But also because, what matches he had since leaving WWE that's been any good? I didn't see any stuff that he did, say, in Britain. I think he might have wrestled for What Culture for a bit. Maybe. I'm not totally sure. But Jake Hager, even as Jack Swagger, never really had that, good of a run, a series of matches. And as Jake Hager, he's fucking boring. Sure, they brought him in, to be the shocking debut, a shocking defection in Dynamite. He's working Bellator and this, yeah. That worked for Bobby Lashley because Bobby Lashley is actually a legit athlete, legit MMA guy. Doesn't knee people in the groin. Actually, maybe believes in climate change. Don't know about Bobby Lashley. But yeah, I'm going to get a little bit angry here because Jake Hager has proven to be a goddamn idiot. But he's also just not good in the ring. He's bland. He's fucking bland. And I got to put him on here. Number 5, Chris Jericho. Okay, if we just take politics out of the whole goddamn thing, Chris Jericho has had an abysmal 2020. He started as champion because he had been the inaugural champion since August of 2019. And then he was doing some goofy stuff, but it was working. And then he lost it to Moxley. I didn't mind his stuff with the drone, release the hounds. I didn't mind that because, okay, Jericho wants to be funny for a little bit before heating back up. Fine. He can heat back up. He can do this stuff. All he's done is shit on his legacy, and shit on his legacy some more. and people may hate this, I hated Stadium Stampede. I hated the feud with Orange Cassidy. I've hated the stuff he's done with MJF. Nothing that Chris Jericho has done, especially since even the Matt Hardy feud wasn't all that good. The drone stuff and whatever. But that I could buy for a little bit of kind of the first thing. But now it's just gotten to where he's a joke. He's washed in the goddamn ring. He was never that good outside that match with Omega in the Tokyo Dome, which still wasn't one of the greatest matches ever, but was still pretty good, especially for a washed Chris Jericho. And now he is totally fucking washed. He can't do it. He can barely get somebody over for the Lion Tamer, the Walls of Jericho, whatever you want to call it. He can barely do the juice effect without almost spinning and falling down. He can't cut promos anymore without sounding winded. He can't do commentary without, screaming like somebody's angry dad. He can't do anything. And then, let's go with the goddamn politics. I don't fucking care if people want to get upset. The fact that he donated Donald Trump and he had Trump Jr. on his goddamn podcast and he, along with other bands, performed in Sturgis, and then suddenly there's a massive spike in cases and everything. Gee, I wonder how that fucking happened. Because of the motorcycle rally. And Jericho was part of that and trumpeting all the goddamn numbers that have since gone up. Chris Jericho doesn't understand how shit works. He doesn't understand how anything works. He doesn't understand how elections work, despite the fact that his character that debuted in WWE was literally called Y2J, which was a takeoff on the Y2K thing. Chris Jericho is one of my least favorite wrestlers for a variety of reasons, but even if you take the politics out of it, he's just fucking washed and fucking stupid and can't do anything anymore. He's like somebody's angry dad or angry uncle that doesn't want to admit that life passed him by, or his career passed him by at least 5 fucking years ago. Number 4, Luther. Now, I wanted to put Luther below Chris Jericho, but Luther has offered nothing to AEW. He has offered nothing to them. He's like just an angrier, more screamy Gangrel without the legacy. I don't watch deathmatch wrestling. Deathmatch wrestling to me is stupid. Whatever I've seen is fucking rotten. If you guys like it, that's fine. But Luther is garbage. He is. I'm not a garbage human being, just a garbage wrestler. Serpentico is getting at least some TV time, but he's having to carry the goddamn thing because Luther looks like he's fucking winded every goddamn time he does any moves. Now, granted, I think he's almost 50, so that's going to happen. Father Time is undefeated after all. But there are people that are in their 50s, especially in Japan, that can move a whole lot better and have taken a lot more bumps. And just Luther can't fucking do anything. Now we move on to number 3, and this may be an interesting choice for some people. Katieforbes. Let me tell you right now, that Katieforbes, the fact that she was ever allowed to get in a wrestling ring was embarrassing. Impact Wrestling should have had funding taken away from them for employing whatever the fuck this is. Katieforbes was embarrassing to watch in the ring. Now, thankfully, she's out of the company along with RVD. Hopefully they never come back. Now, if I'm going to watch Impact Wrestling anyway, I'm done watching them. And if other people watch them, that's fine, but what little bit I saw of Katieforbes, it is she set women's wrestling back in that company 5 goddamn years. Like, there are so many women that are just going to have to scrape all the shit that she, shat all over that goddamn division just by existing there. Seriously, name one good thing she did. She looks like she's freaking injected with all kinds of, plastic surgery and all this kind of stuff. She looks horrible. She wrestles like shit. Her and RVD, great, good, glad they're a happy couple, whatever. Don't need to see it on my goddamn wrestling program. Katieforbes is fucking embarrassing. Now, we get to number 2, Marco Stunt. The fact that Marco Stunt's employed in a goddamn mainstream wrestling company is fucking embarrassing. And Marco Stunt gets mentioned on here because he shouldn't be wrestling. At all. I don't fucking care. I guess him and Sammy Guevara were happy to wrestle each other in the most recent episode of Dark, and the fact that Sammy Guevara had to be anywhere near competitive, and Sammy Guevara's not a big guy, but the fact that he had to be competitive with Marco Stunt was fucking ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Marco Stunt should only be out there as a mascot. Don't have him in a goddamn ring. I don't care if he can take the bumps. I don't care if people like him. He does not need to be in there. It does not lend any credibility to a company to have Marco Stunt there. And now, Brandy Rhodes at number 1. Good old Cody's nepotism project. This stupid, goddamn embarrassing twat to watch in the ring. Let me just say right now, besides that, back here, I need to rip up some more here. Fucking goddamn stupid Brandy. Let me just say a little more. Okay, moving on. Brandy Rhodes is not worth the TV time she gets. If she wasn't married to Cody, she wouldn't be there. That's the honest truth. I will not accept anybody throwing out racist comments towards Brandy Rhodes. You can throw out shit about her character. She can't cut a promo to save her life. Sure, she threw out all that, whatever the fuck that was, against Jade Cargill, sorry for screwing up the name, on a recent episode of Dynamite. And sure, that was the most fired up that Brandy sounded. It also was still a dog shit promo in my opinion, even though it was fired up and entertaining and ridiculous. But Brandy has sucked the charisma and the, interest out of anything she's been involved in. They need to get Red Velvet the fuck away from her. Red Velvet should be, should get somebody else to team with her, and may have by the time, it gets this, because AEW sometimes changes things on the goddamn fly. Not as much as WWE. Brandy Rhodes she has no ability, beyond being Cody's wife. She doesn't. She's not good on the mic. She drags everything down when she's involved. She isn't good in the ring. Like, fucking Christ. It's like I've seen some matches where I'm just like, good God, Brandy, you make Sable look good in the fucking ring. Yeah, I hate Brandy Rhodes, and I'm going to say that I hate Brandy Rhodes as a character. As a person, if it turns out that she actually is, a bad person, then sure, I'll revisit this and I'll talk about it in another rant. But as far as a wrestler, she's fucking dog shit. She's horrible on the mic, and I can't fucking stand her. And I hate seeing her on TV. She drives me, to want to be, literally watching anything else. I don't want to watch AEW programming when she's on there. She's as bad as Stephanie McMahon. She actually might be worse, because Stephanie, at least, was born into this stuff. Brandy married into it. And she'd probably be doing something else, maybe in the corporate world, if she wasn't married to Cody. But anyway, my hatred of Brandy Rhodes aside, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.